Well, hello. I'm just gonna finish eating my biscotti. Right. Well, hello. Sorry about that. You should be able to hear me now, so let me know. How is everyone today? How are you guys? So this is what I'm gonna finish today. The big chart of all the Aquafine colors that I have. Last week we did the blue and the green and the earth colors, most of them anyway. Now there's only this one left. I'm gonna be preparing the colors. That's ivory black, if I remember right. Yeah, the half pans are on the left side and the tubes are on the right side. Van Dyke, brown, and black. It's sepia hue, raw umber. I'm eager to see that one, Payne's Gray. And then it's also sepia. Umber and gold. A bit random, but yeah. So, can you guys hear me? And hi everyone, hi a watercolorist and colorsmith and 23 and Pumpkin, hello! Hi! Hello friends, whoops. I'm waiting to see because I'm getting an ad. So I can't even see my video if it's working out fine. Some weird ad for Crayola's Color Whirls. Oh, can you hear me? Okay, good, good. That's the one thing I wanted to be sure because I had to tinker a bit with my microphone and you never know. It's quite temperamental as far as tech goes. So, how is everyone today? How are you guys? What's up? I had so many technical issues lately. Like something really odd happened with my microphone. Like I was recording in a completely different room, but it would still pick up what was going on in the like the studio. That's Van Dyke Brown Hue from the pan. It's a nice, like, dark brown. Nice frosty weather here. Ooh, no snow yet. We had a big, like, snowstorm. Not this week, but the previous week, I think. What is time? But yeah, basically, I think it was last week. There was so much snow, and then they cut off, like the power got cut off. And we still have a light dusting of snow on the ground, but it like it snows a little, then it melts a little, then it snows a little more, then it melts a little, and you know, back and forth and back and forth. It's quite different. There's been some winters where we didn't even have snow on December 25th. Which is quite unusual for us. Okay, now I'm awake. How's everyone? How are you? pretty good. That's awesome. Yay. No headaches, no migraines, no nothing. Oh yeah. I think you guys will be able to see, but I get a feeling like this, the pan version of the Van Dyke Brown is less red than or less orange than the tube version. Which is a bit odd. The next one is going to be raw umber. I'm particularly eager to see how this one behaves because it's a kind of a weird pigment usually, or a weird paint, raw umber and raw sienna. And it is PBR7, so there's that, but I wonder how it's gonna... what it's gonna look like. Is it gonna be like this splotchy, blotchy thing that we're used to? It does look like two different colors, doesn't it? That's so weird. Anastasia, hello! Hi! So far it seems to re-wet like decently enough, but the swatch is always like the big test with this one. It's kind of a very goose poop kind of color. I am afraid of a paint explosion. It's already wanting to come out on its own. Oh, there's quite a mess in here. Yuck. The tube Van Dyke seems to be more chromatic and lively. I think it is also somewhat more red or orange than... Yeah, that's what it looks like. Like, you could tell me that these two are different colors and I would believe it. Instead of being like the same color but in a different format. I'm just trying to make it flat-ish, but I keep being stuck with like brush strokes. Oh, for some reason I fell behind the live signal and was confused about what people were discussing in chat for like 5 minutes. Mint and Zoran, what is that? Don't forget to put the chat to, I mean, I'm on browser, so it is live chat for me, but I think on mobile it's, I don't remember what it is. Oh, there's that Linux. The tube version is not a Van Dyke brown. I mean, how would you define what is or isn't a Van Dyke brown? Next one is sepia hue. To the next okay. I was like, is that a drink? Is that a tea mix or something? This one is extra creamy. It is a mix of 3 pigments, so we'll see. So far it seems to be quite well behaved, to be honest. Quite opaque too. Van Dyke brown is natural peat. Oh, I didn't know it came from peat. Yeah, exactly. Today I learned that BR8 is from peat. Roman Schmal has the genuine Van Dyke brown. Oh, okay, hold on. Roman Schmal swatches. Let's see. I think, if I remember correctly, the Holbein also has an NBR8 Van Dyke brown, I think. Why are these browns so different on both? I have no idea. Okay, so this one is Van Dyke brown. From Roman Schmal, it is indeed NBR8. And the pan one is closer to the color. Closer, not necessarily a perfect match, but it's closer. The tube one feels more like a burnt umber. NBR8 is not light fast. Yeah, but how bad is it? Is it really that bad? I feel like the fugitiveness of a lot of paints is a bit overestimated. And now the tube. Quite a well-behaved tube, this one. Which is nice for for once. Do I have sepia from Roman? Wait, okay. So the Roman Schmal sepia is 2 pigments. It is PBR7 and PBK9. The sepia hue here from Aquafine is 3 pigments: yellow, red, and black. And this is the Roman Schmal sepia here. And this is the Aquafine one. I think they're all like fine browns, but sometimes the way, like, how was it decided that this brown would be named this? I think Holbein used to have NBR8, but I think it's now been replaced. Oh, okay. I have old tubes of it then. The tube one looks like a burnt umber. I thought I was looking at burnt umbers until I read the name. Yeah, exactly, right? It has this this warmth that you usually find in burnt umber. Right? And that's the end of the earth colors. I think all sepias are hue mixes. I don't think anyone gets sepia from... No, I don't think so. I know that probably... hold on. My brain just stopped working for a second. What was I thinking? Oh, yeah. My Mary Blue, for the watercolor, they tried to have single pigment formulas for each color. So they probably have a single pigment for their sepia, but if they have a sepia. But I don't think it's cuttlefish. It's got to be something else. Maybe it was someone's last name. It's quite common. What do you mean, Van Dyke? Yeah, I mean, it has to be someone's name, right? Shinhan has a genuine Van Dyke brown, which I love. Oh, good to know. They have a kind of a all over the place color selection, Shinhan. My beloved 60 ml tube is the new formula. Do you like the new formula? Van Dyck was a famous Dutch painter, I believe. Man, probably, I'm pretty sure it is, but I was trying to remember from my art history classes from ages ago if I could recall a Dutch painter named Van Dyck, and I don't think I can. Or can I? I'm not sure. Like, I have a specific few paintings in mind, but I'm not sure if it was the right name of the painter. If that makes sense. Is it me, or does it have a green? Which one? The sepia hue has a... Well, compared to the others, it looks like it has a bit of a greenish undertone. Tremor Pigments sell a genuine sepia watercolor paint. It stinks fishy. Their ready-made paints are not that great, which is an absolute bummer. Curious, hello! Hey! I didn't know sepia was the name of the ink produced by cuttlefish. Yep. Well, I mean, as paint, I think. Yeah, it definitely will be something else. I don't have it off the top of my head, though. Same. I know where I could find it, but... Okay, this is Payne's Gray. It is a mix of black PBK7 and then ultramarine blue. So that's kind of a lightly intriguing mix. Mostly in the sense of wondering if it's going to granulate at all. Is Auntie Patience here? Auntie Patience, hello! Yes, it's pretty good in my opinion. Okay, good to know. Now I'm kind of tempted to check out what's the one I have, but oh my gosh, my bins of paints are so not accessible right now. Dick Van Dyke just turned 100, I think. Wow. I have seen so many spellings of that color. Yeah. I don't know if there's one spelling, but yeah. Of course I did. I only bought what I needed. If I only bought what I needed, I would have way less paint. Wow. I mean, yep. I'm with you here. I agree. Some Kramer paints are good, but most are really shitty. Yeah. The pigments are amazing, but there's something really off with their binder formula. It is really, really weak. Kramer's toggled pigments. Yeah, the pigments are good. But you're definitely better off finding someone that makes paint from these pigments than buying the ready-made pans straight from Kramer, sadly. Okay. Tube Paints Gray. Are you a... Okay, nothing's coming out. On its own anyway. And it's not separated. Oh my gosh. We have like a winner. This is really nice. Thank you, Mr. Paints Gray. It has a different label than the other ones, so I have no idea if it's an older one or a newer one. The tube itself seems to be the same, but the label is not quite the same. And I doubt there's a year on this. It was funny to see that the Grumbacher colors had a year on them. And I agree, the Paints Gray is quite nice. Quite nice. I was afraid it was going to be too blue. But it's not too blue, and it might have a bit of texture to it, which I really like. To be fair, don't we all? Like, in a curiosity rush, I bought pastels and markers after using them once now. Once I hit both now. You can try to sell them, though. I love the whole Kramer history and a lot of their stuff, but the watercolor paints are sometimes really bad. Yeah. I love the pigments, I agree, and there are some weird texture issues from the ready-made paints. Yep. Sir Anthony Van Dyke. Dutch. Antoon van Dyke. I don't speak Dutch. Was a Flemish Baroque artist who became the leading court painter in England after success in the Spanish, Netherlands, and Italy. Wow. I broke down and bought a Daniel Smith paint today, quinacridone gold. I've got Jane Blundell's Triads book, and she uses it in there. It's a good mix. The Kramer Iridion Paints Metallics are the best I know. Paulo! Mr. Paulo, hello. Paulo, I baked biscottis. I baked the cookies. That's the thing with Daniel Smith, right? Is that the paints are really nice. The paints are good. They're beautiful. They are really nice to paint with. So that makes it even more annoying that the you know, the thing with the thing about the thing with the thing. How does one go about saying baroque? Q-U-E is basically like a K sound. So it would just be baroque. I didn't feel like cooking today. Aw, that's fair. You cook often. I don't feel like cooking any day. Or maybe like, yeah, I'm with you there. I keep saying it, but it really takes some specific circumstances, or I must really want the end product to get myself to cook something. The thing. Yeah. The thing with the thing about the thing and the thing. Baroque sounds so fancy, does it? It's I feel like it's a word that looks fancier, and then when you say it, it's just straightforward sounds with nothing weird. I feel like it kind of loses some of its oomph. Rococo is the other one. Cannot think of Rococo without thinking of Versailles. Ooh, that's nice. That's ivory black, guys. I feel like a good benchmark test for any range of paint. It's not the most fun benchmark test, but it's very reliable. Is you test out what their black paint is like. Black pigment, it's usually one of the least expensive one, and it's usually one of the most stable one, easy to find, really reliable performance, and you can definitely see from the mass tone to the dilution what kind of color you get. So if you end up with a black paint that is awful, then that's a red flag. That's weird. Wait, that is ivory black, but PBK7. Yeah. I mean, it's probably like ivory black hue. You know, it's not the real pigment, but we'll be able to see if there's a difference in hue between the ivory black and the lamp black, which would explain why they would have two blacks in there. Rococo is such a fun word. I remember when I learned about it in school. Yeah. Baroque, like bar and rock. Baroque. Baroque. We say it a bit differently. Oh, of course. I mean, I could probably say it in English, and I can say it in French, but aside from that, it would be easier if I heard it first. But when I hear Baroque and Rococo in French, I really do see the interior style more than in English. It is still there in English, but the French pronunciation really drives... Oh, okay, cool. That's interesting. I kind of always want to portmanteau the two of them. Barococo. But, yeah. I feel like this one is going to be a bit more bluish than the ivory black. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, it is delivering. Oh, they look to be almost the same. I don't have the tubes for these two, so I cannot see with that, but they do seem to be pretty similar. Although my ivory black swatch is drying all weird because I put way too much water on there. Otto! Otto! Hello! Paro coucou. Paro coconut. Paro coconuty. And I still have the gold to swatch, but I don't think I have the emotional bandwidth to swatch a sparkly paint right now. To be able to fully contain the shimmer and not make a big contamination out of it. But it is nice, and yeah. Art Nouveau? Art Nouveau? What is that? So, terrible swatches aside, looking at you, Ivory Black. That's me. That's on me. But yeah, if you put aside the fact that some of these swatches are not very well made, the only weird thing going on here is the Van Dyke Brown. That is a visibly different color from the tube to the pan and back. So I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. I don't know why they have the two black. One is supposed to be semi-transparent and one is supposed to be opaque, or semi-opaque, and one is opaque, but my attempt at the portmanteau. Dylan Black has an awesome flow. Yeah, they both had a really decent flow. I would like, if I was doing black and white studies, I would definitely take these. That they work perfectly fine. This page is really looking nice, though. It is an interesting selection of color, and even if the colors are not what one would expect, I feel like the paints are still delivering a performance that is completely usable. Is portmanteau a bad word? I don't think so. Oh, it's probably the nut that it tried to censor. Oh, this is so silly. Oh, YouTube. It's... I mean, if you... Anyway. So it's good at what? Identifying sequences of words, but particularly awful at picking up on context. Got it. Aiming to do a lot of painting with my recent paint splurge, oh my god, Otto. I evidently decided to celebrate my whole birth month with yet more paints I didn't need. Oh, what did you get? What did you get? Together now. You're gonna have to work extra hard if you do that, Otto. Well, I'm done. This didn't take a very long time. There weren't that many colors left to swatch out, and most of them were pans, which is a little bit easier. This is nutty. I'm gonna be a bit nutty. So, okay, nuts and nutty is okay. I will work my butt off for you guys. Oh, it's painful. Painful! And there we go. It's only a problem if there's one nut A singular solitary nut. You could say YouTube censoring the word nut is nuts. I just had a pumpkin compote with walnuts. Ooh. What do you sweeten the compote with? Because pumpkin is not very sweet on its own. Thanks. It was actually last month, but I went nuts buying new paints. Among them were the Charvin paints. I just posted swatches of... Oh, I need to look that up. And the mega set from the ocean paper. Ooh. Yeah, same. I mean, I understand why it's censored, but it's like... Sugar, fair, good. I was wondering if you had like some honey in there or sugar or any other kind of sweetener. I don't know where to put it now. Some people call it pumpkin jam. I have no idea what is the correct terminology to be. I don't know. I mean, for me, compote is the French word for when you make like applesauce. It's like compote de pomme. You could have compote with just about anything, but it always feels a bit weird to see it used in English. Compote? What? A compote is just mashed fruit, not adding anything. When someone says compote, I think of fruit and syrup. But some people call it puree. Compote is not thickened. Why would you thicken? Ew, what? It's like applesauce. It's sauce. Ah! I'm going mad. Like fruit slices swimming in syrup. That's just canned fruit. Paolo's gonna throw a can at me. Not a puree. I mean, the best compote is puree. It's kind of gross to stumble upon big chunks of whatever in compote. I'm sure in the culinary world there's the difference. Yeah. Over here it can be chunky or smooth. And it is made with fruit and sugar. I like my apple compote to be just apples, a metric ton of cinnamon, and that's it. And you blend it into a smooth thingy, and you eat it when it's cold. Because warm, it is kind of gross. There you go. The second best compote I've ever made, I always keep a base of apple when I do fruit compote, but I had plums that were going soft, so I chopped up the plums. Sorry. Trying to drink tea, but it's fighting me. Yeah, so I chopped up the plums and the peeled apples, and you cooked all of that together and then blended it smooth, and it was so freaking good. Mine had cubes of pumpkin and smooth puree. In Russia, compote sorry, is boiled fruit water. Oh. So it's gotta be quite liquidy then. Quite liquid, right? Then I added some walnuts because I was feeling fancy. According to Wikipedia, whole fruits are cooked in water with sugar and spice. Is that going to be the new fighting ground for food? The food fighting ground? Like we had pineapple on pizza, we have a salted caramel, white chocolate is another one, and now are we going to get compote as a, a fighting ground? Like you boil apple or cherries or plums, fresh or dried, and sugar, and this flavored water is compote. Oh, interesting. It's a bit like a fancy fruit tea. Mine is not liquid, it's rather spreadable. So it would perhaps be a bit like pumpkin butter then. But with chunks. Oh, the Wikipedia definition does sound like what I thought a chutney was. Sounds like the word means different things in different places. Yeah, definitely. Compote is not puree. Mine is. The chunks are gross. It is watery. It is a summer drink. Oh, interesting. That's really interesting because over here, when we do the local compote kind of thing, it's more of a fall thing. And it would usually be like apples are in the season in the fall. So that's why apple compote de pomme, apple compote is really common. And it's something you cook. So you can basically can it as well. So it gives you some fruit to eat during the winter months. I have no horse in this race, but leave the fruit alone. I prefer it raw. Yeah, definitely. I mean, a good apple is better raw, but if you bought apples that are not great but taste good, you can just cook them. That's a way to sort of salvage them. This is what I think of as compote, but people here have a different... I especially think of the liquid as Anastasia says. I really like it, the idea of having it be like a fruit. What a weird word to say in English. A fruit tea, kind of. Yeah, if you have a lot of fruit, it's a good way to preserve it. Exactly. Because it's cooked, so you sanitize your canning jars and you can can the cooked compote. In India, chutney is usually pureed, but when I see it in Western interpretations, there can be chunks of whatever. Over here, we have a variant of it that I think is referred to as ketchup aux fruits. So it's basically fruit ketchup. It doesn't really have fruit in it, though, but it's stuff like tomatoes, onions, cucumbers that are cut up and pickled. And I absolutely hate it. It has chunks of tomatoes in there. I can't do chunks of tomatoes. Blech. Okay, I need to at least get some sort of art thingamajig going. No. Oh, okay. This little box of pans was on its side and open, and I was like, no! And then I was able to close it, and all the pans stayed in there. So, saved. Hey, all good. Wonderful. There you go. Or I leave a compote, it's just the fruit blended, maybe a bit of water, if the sugar is too thick, like in case of mango. Huh. I had a huge pumpkin that someone gifted me, and I was not going to let it go bad. Yep. To be honest, I'm not quite sure of the difference between a jam and a compote. Or a preserve. Oh man. Seriously, it's like there's so many words for it, and it's stuff like, oh, one of them is if the fruit is the first ingredient listed, and then another one is like if it's sugar, and then you have another one if it's something else, and then you have jellies as well, and blah. Is it good? Yes. Can I eat it? Yes. Okay, that's all I need. Tomatoes can only be eaten cooked, chopped, very small in a salsa, or thinly sliced. Ugh, no. Cooked to oblivion and then blended to oblivion. That's fine. But yeah, the lifelong struggle with tomatoes is still going. Ooh, I just remembered to have papaya and ooh. There's a difference between jam and preserves. Not sure about compote though. But jelly also makes... I mean, at least jelly is kind of visually different. Okay, guys, what now? Oh, Paulo! Old person's noises aside, I plan on doing a video on this one. Because someone was selling it like secondhand but new for a very affordable price. And I really wanted to try it out. I like the cooked to oblivion and pureed to oblivion. Yeah! High five! I, like normal people, do not like tomatoes. I might steal that. I don't know why, but I find it really funny. I think it's because, I mean, personally, I find raw tomatoes like an abomination. The look of them is something. The smell, oh my gosh, I cannot even do the smell. Oh, when I'm at the grocery store and I have to walk by, like they always put the avocados next to the tomatoes. So whenever I want to go grab an avocado, I have to walk next to the freaking tomatoes. And there's always a few in there that's just smell way too strongly. And it almost takes me out. Like. So yeah, I had a thought for Paulo when I saw this, and it was really affordable because of secondhand, but unused. So that's a coming thing that I've yet to work on, but it feels weird. I feel like the more I try to work on stuff, the less stuff gets done. Just like wow, yay. Ever tried to get an Englishman to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Speaking of words meaning different things. What do you mean? You are making me very jelly. Tamarind chutney, mint chutney. I mean, even mango chutney, it's sweetened because of the mango, but it's not meant to be a dessert, like it's a savory thing. I was never able to get that bad. Aw. Even now that it's a bit more easy to find. Preserve usually leaves the fruit as intact as possible. Jam is usually broken down. Compote is blended. Jelly is just with fruit juice, and marmalade has the rind, perhaps? I will let the tomato slender slide because I like it. Oh, thank you. I do not think I can smell tomatoes, but the taste metal in a fleshy yet mushy. That's cool. You guys can all have, like, grab all the tomatoes you want. I'll be sitting with a watercolorist over there in the corner, far away from the tomatoes, so we can't smell them or see them. Blech. Caprese salad and tomato and basil sauce. I mean, if it's blended and cooked, no problem. Tomatoes are a textural minefield. There are some that I can really enjoy, but it's a food I totally understand people hating. I feel like I should put on a helmet and get a Ryan shield to say I like tomatoes. It tried to censor Paulo again. What for? I don't like tomatoes. Sassy Britches, hello. Cooked it. Oh, really? For me, it's the other way around. Raw, I can't do it. Even the smell is too much. I don't think YouTube censors. No, I think it's the YouTube censor is worried about Paulo's power. Marmalade. Sorry, I was just trying to find a difference. What's marmalade then? We invented marmalade, which is quince. Oh, what the heck? Isn't quince kind of like a pear? The word for quince in Portuguese is marmelo. That's marmalade. Ah, fair. But yeah, the it's outside of Portugal. Marmalade is the English version of it. The English started calling Seville orange jam marmalade. But did they call every single citrus-based jam marmalade? Melissa, hello. Ugh. All right. Other odds and ends that I have around here. Can I get this one out without causing too much of an issue? I have a vintage set of St. Petersburg watercolor. Apologies, a vintage watercolor sample set that I can't open. Today I learned so many things about food. I think you can remove food from that and it would apply with everyone. Good grief. How am I supposed to... Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm sorry you messed up every term there has ever been. I think perhaps the one thing I would hold up against the UK somewhat is the lackluster food. Not saying that it's all lackluster, but it's a running gag for a reason. Like whoever made, like, you know, that bread concoction with raisins in it that has a really like adult name. It just censored Paulo again. What for? Oh, you need to ask an adult for that? Oh my gosh, it's so high. But yeah, so the colors in here are cadmium yellow again. Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm stupid. Cadmium lemon, cadmium yellow, ochre yellow, cadmium orange, English red, scarlet, red violet, emerald, green. Oh, okay, I thought it was GM, but it's GRN. And then Russian blue, yellow green, umber raw, and sepia. Oh, you don't annoy us, Paulo. Come on. I can't imagine it with my imagination. Definitely not from memory. Oh no. Yep, for that. That's like it has a super... Oh no. Yay, I'm so edgy. I mean, the bread concoction is a crime, but who came up with the idea of making a sweet pie, not a savory pie, like a dessert pie with raisins? Who was... Like, you need a specific level of desperation and a lack of culinary sense to make a pie out of raisins. It is... it's probably Prussian blue, but it's just so funny that they named it Russian blue. There's no pigment info. But yeah, that's gonna be a future video too. I don't want to open them up right away because I want to film it. But I thought this was quite cool. I have no idea how old these are. And we have the nice grading of normal, medium, and high light fastness. How's your light fastness? Medium. Okay. Sure, why not? I'm surrounded by a mess. It's good you can't see. I'm trying to find something interesting to pop out and to... Oh, I could... Here, I'm gonna do something with this one. Raisins are the tomatoes of the... Raisins are good, I will die on this hill. This hill of raisins, you mean? Yuck! Sorry, but oh man, I misheard it as bread compaction, and all I could think of was what would happen if a bread machine. Ooh. Those look very cool. I also like all types of dried fruits, and that includes raisin. I mean, sultanas are just raisins. They're a different kind of raisins. Medium light fastness is more understandable than medium permanent. Mostly permanent. Raisins, maybe before. I mean, still, but to make a full a pie that's filled with raisins, like not like, oh, it's apples and you also add raisins to sweeten it, you know, something. No, just 100% raisin filling. It's misery, man. Misery as a pie. Yes, this is a vintage palette. This is was one of my holy grail kind of palette that I kind of missed out on purchasing when I initially got back into watercolor. And when I got back into the medium, they were like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they were selling the very last sets that were made, and I wasn't able to find one. I only like golden raisins, but ugh. People are entirely too enthusiastic about adding them to completely inappropriate context. Raisins and some savory food add tanginess. But yeah, I mean, I've seen it like in, let's say, here in North America, we see it often in carrot salad. But if I'm going to make carrot salad, I'm going to add dried cranberries instead. I much prefer them than raisins. No, Holbein. Give me raisins, give me fire, give me fiber, or I retire. Wait, yeah, the filling of the pie is just raisins. Like, bleh. Okay, so what I want to do is try to think of a way. Because as you can see, okay, so this little palette, this is the Pro Compo palette from Holbein. It was made some time ago, and it's no longer made since some time ago. Sorry. And it would come into configurations. You would have one that this insert here would be pans, and one that the insert would be for tubes. So the one that popped up was for tubes, and I didn't stop to question it. I just went for it. But Now I'm trying to think of how I can set it up. How can I set the paint up in this one? Are we going to ignore trail mix? I mean, you don't put raisins in trail mix. Ew. I meant raisins in cooked food, not raw salad. It is especially nice in Middle Eastern style minced meat. I can see it. I've had some really tasty lamb with dried apricots in it. I think like my main issue with raisins is mostly the texture thing. If you take raisins and let's say you just cut them up a little bit and you incorporate them to a recipe, it's usually going to be fine, because the fact that they're cut up means that you won't end up with those little wet bags of goo. Like the goo will spread out. But like to have them whole in something, that's really not my jam. But yeah, I see what you mean. Like in a lot of couscous dishes, it is quite interesting to have raisins in there, but I would just cut them up a little bit. Agree, an entire pie of raisins sounds like everyone will be in the outhouse for days. I have trauma from inappropriate raisins. I was in a pitch battle. What do you mean inappropriate raisins? As an adult, I am more tolerant of them in muesli. But still. Dried apricots. Have you ever had dried apricots, Paolo? Raisins absolutely go. If you want to make gorp, I guess so. But you don't have to put raisins in trail mix. There are so many other dried fruits that are better. I also had like a very mild, unpleasant experience with raisins as a kid. So that's kind of partly why I don't like them. It came in two separate events. One was that I would often get the little Sun-made boxes of raisins in my lunchbox. And those are just disgusting. Blech. And then it was also the experience of reaching out for a delicious chocolate chip cookie and then realizing that it's actually not chocolate chip, but more like freaking raisins. And it is gross. So in that context, that's kind of why I can't do raisins. But yeah, there are applications for them where they kind of work out well in some meals. But it is mostly a texture thing. Dried apricot with lambs. That's a delicious meal. I found the recipe again not too long ago, and I was looking at it, and it has like cinnamon and apricots and lamb, and it works really well. But yeah, it's a bit like knowing where to put the raisins versus putting raisins in everything, you know. Dried apricots is one of my fave dried fruits. Do you get the brown ones? I actually love almost all dried fruits except for raisins, too sweet. Oh, yeah. I mean that's the specific circumstances. She likes to put them in savory dishes where I believe they don't belong. Example: a sort of fried mashed potato dumpling. Oh, that would otherwise be one of my favorite Indian dishes. Ah. Yeah, the white tray does come out, so should I just... it's not very flat at the bottom, though. So I was thinking, should I just grab some empty pans and put them in here with, like, blue tack? So at least there's like this surface too that I can use. Or should I just put the paint in the... I'm not a big fan of black licorice. Like the licorice itself, not for me. I've had it in some teas, but it messes up my blood pressure, I think. So I try to avoid it. I've rarely seen a classic trail mix that didn't have raisins in it. You need nuts, raisins, and then maybe chocolate. I mean, it is the classic recipe, but it's also why I would never buy trail mix. Or make my own instead. My goodness, how did a papaya turn into Doritos? Same color? Didn't know I liked it until I had some fancy candy from Lakrids. And I like it in tea. Yeah. I can eat actual aniseed, but licorice. Yeah, I like fennel, and anise is, oh my gosh, star anise is so good. But licorice itself is just so weird, and it messes up your your blood pressure. And you can have it if you're pregnant, I think. Flat enough. You could put pans between the lines. The sides could be for brushes. I mean, the here you have this space for brushes. Do I have? I think this one is going to be a bit too big, though. I am a little bit too big, but you get the idea, right? And then you can also sorry. Where I get these depends. Mostly a place where you can buy secondhand stuff, so eBay, Poshmark, that kind of spot, kind of platforms. Etsy sometimes. Cheap, nasty black licorice candy. Oh yeah, you know the smoking pipe with the little like colorful candies on the on the end of the pipe. What? Licorice does affect blood pressure. I think it raises it. Oh, possibly. Oh yeah, I do prefer making my own because I hate almonds too hard, so I like cashews and walnuts and prefer cranberries to raisins. I mean, it sounds like it would be a delicious mix. Okay, but you can have 2 more brushes. Why would I need 2 more brushes? Oh, you guys are going to hate this. I have to sleep with sugar-free black licorice candy when I sleep. It's oh no. How do you like go to bed with it? How does that work out? Yeah, that would work well too. And I could keep the tubes in here. It sounds like a choking hazard, but as someone who eats in the, how do you eat in your sleep? Yeah, that's a, how does that work out? At least if Otto is referring to the licorice that she's shown me, they're teeny tiny like sugar-free candies that I don't think you could really choke on. Not anymore that you could choke on spit, which I know it's possible to choke on spit. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying that as someone who has seen the aforementioned like black licorice candies, they're the kind of candies that makes you miserable if you expect an actual candy. You know what I mean? I just hold one in my mouth while I sleep. Oh, wow. And do you like, do you go through it in your sleep? Or is it still there in the morning? Yeah, I was so annoyed when I woke up the other day to find an empty ice cream container by my bed. If I'm going to have the sugar and cholesterol of ice cream, at least want to remember it. Oh, that sounds really unpleasant, though. Oops, sorry. I hit the arm. One time when I was a kid, I went to bed with a Socrates lozenge and was kind of playing with it and swallowed it whole. Never again. Ooh. I choke and spit while asleep. Someone who chokes on my own spit near daily. I've struggled with reflux, and for me, actually changing. Yeah. Licorice is not candy. No, I know, but the way it can be made into a candy. You know, because you can have the licorice or the licorice extract and then turn it into a candy. But the thing that Otto is referring to, if it's the same one, I don't think I would qualify that as a candy. Like, it's not very sweet. It'll dissolve very slowly as I sleep. Huh. It's a it's like a licorice snuff or something. Okay. So what am I putting in there? I don't think there's enough space for full pans. Might be able to fit. So there's technically 12 colors in this set. I need the Tetris music to start playing. Oh, I might be able to fit 12 of them. That would be perfect. There we go. Then this is still good, and this is still good, and apparently the choking on spit thing is a perimenopausal thing. So if you already did it, it gets worse as you get older. I love cumin because it tastes like candy dirt. Is it sweet? Don't fight, you guys. And if you choke easily, it usually means your head is too far forward. It makes your throat all squished. Oh gosh. And that was not censored. Alright, I need... Oh, I have a Sharpie. Let's go. So... I'm gonna keep... Because I really want to start with just these 3 colors in this set, because why not? So one is going to be burnt sienna, Holbein, PBR7, and what color number is it? 134. Then yellow ochre. That's PY42. And color number 034. And then the blue. Candy dirt. I'll have to ponder about that next time I cook anything with that spice in it. I think it's from a seed. Boop, 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 boop. This to see if I'm banned. You're not banned, Paulo. But I agree with you. It's I kind of associate both notions. And I did test the purple. I did test it last week, and it re-wet just fine. Let me see if I can find that swatch. I don't remember what I swatched it on. I guess not this, but I did try the ultramarine pink, ultramarine violet that I had put in pans, and they were still fine last week. I could try them again. We could see after 2 weeks, but it's like they're in. So it's these two. Today I learned even more things. Yep. Okay. Then these two, just gonna add a drop of water, which is kind of standard, you know. Then I'm gonna have to fight with these. Oh, what a surprise, it just tried to censor Paulo again. Oh my gosh. What? Okay, so this very old ultramarine blue deep opened up fine. And it seems to be in very good shape in there. Like new. Truly. You don't like cinnamon? Aw. Well, more for me. I'll take it. I make the most white person guacamole ever. Oh my gosh, this one is a bit. Oh, still. Oh, nice. Oh man, these tubes. Still like new as well. No separation. No weird thing. Easy to open. What did it censor? Like with poisons? It's like words can't be used anymore. Like what the heck? What the heck? I've been meaning to ask in the Discord about mauve and related colors. What do you mean? Or at least cinnamon is the main flavor. Cassia is the strongest one, and it can be a bit overpowering. Real cinnamon is very flowery in taste. Yes, both. Gimme. I think I have the cheaper one. And I put it in everything because I like it. Man, this paint is truly the MVP. Ow. Okay, so that's one thing. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. There you go, that's paper. And we're gonna try these and brush, water, paint. So this is the ultramarine pink. Let's see how it will be wet after 2 weeks. Pretty much the same. If you get cinnamon and quills. So quills, you mean like the stick, like a cinnamon stick. It's real cinnamon is very papery. Oh, so the sticks that are really fine, that's quote unquote real cinnamon. And the sticks where it's like thicker bark, that's the other one. Is that it? I'm freaked out about how lead is sometimes discovered. I mean, it depends on the kind of cinnamon you get. If you get the cheapest cinnamon from the dollar store, then I would possibly be worried, but there are ways to get the better, like the slightly better quality cinnamon, and it should be fine. Like, you can find lead in everything. So there's been a color I know to be mauve my whole life, but in watercolor it's totally not that color, and it makes me mad. What give? No, please don't. It's fascinating to see what was the sensor below. Of all the streams to censor, like, truly. And the ultramarine violet seems to be wet fine as well. So I think that's good so far after 2 weeks. Oh, a watercolor is good night. Oh, that looks like a potter's orchid. What is that? And I can find a watercolor that matches what is actually mauve. I think I think it's a cultural construct. I don't think there is a set hue for mauve. Mauve. I have to go now. Example in Japan, green traffic lights are called blue lights even though the actual lights are green. The sticks are called quills, and yeah, over here they're called sticks still, which is kind of boring. I much prefer quill, but yeah, I go or went through phases where I would just chew on cinnamon sticks, and I've seen both. I think the one that I have now is the thinner one, the really papery thin bark, and it's quite delicious and fancy. But I also have a bag of like a pound of cinnamon powder. I put it in everything. It's delicious. The color in the top. Oh yeah, it's even prettier in its usual. Like, this is the color it's supposed to be. It's PR259. And yeah, it's a bit like a potter's purple kind of color. This one is a bit weird because it looks like it's the mix between ultramarine violet, this one, and actual ultramarine pink would give you this one, but it is labeled as being ultramarine pink in a tube, which is weird. Okay, piece of paper. Nope. I had decent paper when I was swatching on Thursday, but found it. It was Aquafine paints. Oh, what color? Which one? So 1 is this one, 2 is going to be this one, and 3 is going to be this one. Let me know. My husband and I have constant play argument because he keeps calling sage color. What? Wait. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Isn't there a whole gamut of difference between sage and teal? If you were telling me that the play argument is between aqua and teal, I might be able to, envision that one. But sage? Isn't sage like a muted light green kind of color? And then teal is a deep turquoise kind of color? Those are so different. What? I'm sorry, what now? Teal, but it's actually really pale blue. Ah! Yeah, I've been bothered with it. But the fresh patch that is more purple, I loved it too. I mean, it's a beautiful color, it's just weird that there's such a big difference between two of them, right? It's supposed to be the same thing, and it's definitely not, so that's what's weird. Oh, ginger snaps. It's soon gonna be a season of making my own gingerbread molasses cookies with a metric ton of ginger in them. Okay. Has he been tested for like any type of color blindness or something? But my brain's broken. Okay, so 1 and 2. 1 is the tube version of the ultramarine pink from Aquafine, and the second one, not this one, but this here, is the pan version of the ultramarine pink. Don't ask. I don't know why, but here we are. They have limited color perception. Yeah, but usually they're aware of that, and they can sort of say that. Teal, turquoise, aqua, cyan. No. Do I have to take the color pencils out? Do I have to take the color pencils out? Are we at that point? A turquoise color no one has ever seen before. I doubt that, but interesting. Yeah, sage and teal, he's not officially colorblind, but I think he is. Yeah, I mean, get him tested or something. Like, not all color blindness is about red and greens. There are other, like the way your eye perceives color can differ in so many ways. There are some people who don't perceive like yellows or stuff like that. And he always argues with me about color. Yeah, yeah. Get him tested. There's something weird about that. I would... Please, I know. Okay. But to me, it's all the same. Yeah, but it's... I mean, they're all similar color. They're similar between themselves than sage would be. And like, if you diluted a turquoise, you might get a aqua, you know, that kind of stuff. But like, you're kind of aware that if someone describes something to you and says, oh, and this person had teal curtains, are you gonna get the right image in your mind? I would definitely like sneak a request to the optometrist at the next visit. Can you test him on his colors, please? Because holy moly. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Colorsmith. I hope you have a great weekend. Walnuts. In my defense, most people use those color names interchangeably. I wish we all stuck to Pantone. I mean, at least it would be so clear. It would be crystal clear. Oh yeah, the walls were Pantone 38. But yeah, I mean, I understand. Like, I have the same issue how people use color names interchangeably, but it kind of drives me a bit bonkers because I'm like, it means something, you know. And I'm trying to, like, I have to put so much energy in trying to not compensate for the fact that I don't visualize whatever you're telling me. Like, I have to know the thing, not see it. So if you tell me, like, oh, and the dress she was wearing was aqua, well, for me, aqua equals something really precise. And then if I see pictures and the dress is actually teal, I might not recognize the person, you know? But yeah, I mean, fair. At least you're aware of it. Like, you know that these exist and they're technically different things, even if you don't really care about it, you know? I go by Crayola for color names. You line up extremely similar colors in order. If he's bad at seeing colors, it will... Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, you can go to the go to the paint store, grab the samples, cut them up, and have the homebrew version of the color test to see if he's able to. Oh, there's a big black cat hair in my paint. Got it. Oh, that dress was bonkers. Serving size 4 cookies. Pfft. Suggested serving size. Meh. People just keep mixing colors. I've heard people call it color cream, and I'm standing there seeing peach like, bro, have you seen? Yeah, that's the other thing too, and it happens sometimes with how companies name colors as well. Like, it doesn't stop with just regular people's usage of names for colors. Like, just take violet and purple. They're technically different, but people use them interchangeably, and sometimes I'm just like, it's not precise. Help! I'm struggling. I'm struggling so much. What do you mean? I mean, I know I perceive more colors difference than he does, but Sage still is sticking at me. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Pantone either, but there's still a kind of a universal agreement that some people follow and some don't, but like Sage is, say, it's like mint. You know the color we call mint? It doesn't look like mint. Mint is bright green, but universally, if you mention mint to someone who's a bit more knowledgeable about colors, they're gonna picture that tint of blue-green, you know. Pantone is also has, oh man, I mean, I took graphic design classes a bajillion years ago, and I was always a bit mad at them for selling the swatch. You know, they have these big, not fold out, but they have these big, I don't know how to describe them. But it's basically a reference for each of their colors. And there's, I think, 2 or 3 of them. One, I think, might be, the colors from Pantone. So the way, okay, perhaps a bit of context is mandatory here. You know how most stuff is printed nowadays is using 4 colors, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And you kind of create every color out there from these 4. Now, sometimes companies, they like to have a brand color, and they want that brand color to be very consistent from one advertising project to the next. So sometimes they will choose a Pantone color. And Pantone is basically a big reference where they have a load of color in there, and every color has a specific number. It refers to a specific ink. And when they print with the Pantone color, that means that there's an extra pass of color on the printed item just for that specific ink. It's premixed, it is consistent, and it's complex, you know. So that's a thing. And then when you work in printing, sometimes you choose Pantone colors, but the client might say, oh, I don't have the budget to print with the ink itself, so it's gonna be, taken care of by the cyan, magenta, yellow, black. And you have, from Pantone, you have a reference document that I think it shows you the Pantone color and what it looks like when they try to print it with cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, and how different it is, because some colors are just not, you cannot match them. So it gives you an idea of what something is going to look like when it's printed. But every single one of those reference, they're not leaflet, I don't know how to call them. They're like a big stack of rectangular papers, like really thick, and they have a pivot point in them. But they cost a couple of $100s each. And it's just, it always drove me bonkers, because it's like, well, in school, the school has a set of them for the students to use. That's fine. But if you want to go and be a professional after that, you have to purchase that. And it's so expensive! So yeah. Sorry for the very long ramble. To go back on chat, yeah, 23, I think nowadays most companies try to steer away from naming those colors any kind of word related to flesh or skin. So you get colors like peach, chocolate, you know, like something a bit more neutral in terms of descriptive. Pantone books. Do they call them books, really? Oh, it is a really fun triad. I want to do the mixes too. Coca-Cola Red, yes, Tiffany Blue. Any company that has a very like brand color and a budget, they will probably print their main color as a Pantone color. And you have to repurchase every few years because the fade, yeah. It's just, it's so painful. So yeah, that's basically why I kind of have a beef with them personally. It's just the sort of the egregiousness. I know it's a bit like when you have a hand-painted swatch card of something. Like, yeah, I get that it's a lot of work, but you are also banking on the name recognition thing. Pantone is just useful. Yeah, okay. What does your hubby call actual teal? Yeah, they fade because they're printed material, and if the colors cannot be reproduced with cyan magenta, I mean, even cyan magenta, yellow, and black in terms of printing, they're often dye inks, so they fade. The Pantone charts that cost an arm and a leg. So he basically thinks that sage and teal is the same color. That's really odd. Man, I don't like painting from fresh paint. Yeah, they cost so much. I know. Didn't know that Pantone wanted money for using photo. Yeah, I think it's a new thing. I think that's new, but the whole model is also BS. If you want, like I really miss the time where you would buy a software and you would own the software rather than the okay, the subscription model. I can see some advantages to it, but being forced into this model is what I am not very big on. Like, yeah, if you are a freelance worker and say you have a 1-month contract where you need a specific software, you can sort of use it for a month and then you don't have to pay for it anymore. But at the same time, it's annoying. It's really annoying. Adobe unbundling Pantone from Illustrator and Photoshop. Yeah, I mean, obviously, why? It's been with it forever. Why did they remove it? Ew. Sorry, ew. I make myself laugh. Fail, Pantone, fail. Yeah. Nowadays, with digital tools and automatic color sampling apps, their business model is in real danger. Yeah, but I mean, if you end up printing something, you're kind of still stuck with Pantone, right? It's just that less and less stuff is being printed, but still. And you have to buy multiple because, oh, that's it, that's the paper. Yes! They come in combination of spot, process, gloss, matte, plastic, skin. Yeah. They will have the same kind of swatches printed on different types of papers, which you used to need when you would do any kind of graphic design printing job. Because it's part of the decisions you have to take when you mass produce an item, and you kind of need to be able to see that. I was distressed to learn that human color perception can yellow due to aging process. Like the that's just gonna be, everything is gonna appear more cozy. And I found out that Wilson Foods. What? What? What the what? There is an open source version of Pantone. Hey, let's freaking go. I like yellow, but I can't live with a yellow filter. I mean, would we even be able to notice that there's a yellow filter over stuff? From our perspective. You know, it's like when you wear your colored lenses or sunglasses for a long period of time, like you can still tell that something is white, even though you don't see it as white, you know? That's okay, Curious, don't worry about it. I do understand that subscriptions is a revenue model for software. Speaking as someone who does this for a living, it's not like you release a piece of software. Yeah, I mean, it's just the greediness of it. And the fact that it's like you pay more and more and there's less and less features. So it's like, well, you know what? No. Like everything is decided with a very, very precise minutia about how things are going to be set up so that they can make the most money out of you. And it's just not fun. Like, I don't know, I'm going to use an example from a couple years ago because I don't have the updated info. But by the way, the blue is granulating and it's really lovely. But yeah, so picture the Adobe Creative Cloud. Okay, so Adobe products, now you have to subscribe to them, so you pay a monthly fee, and there's various bundles available, and you can get the whole Creative Cloud, which is expensive, but you get every single software that they have. But then if you want to go piecemeal because you don't need all of them, they're not all the same price. Like you can possibly have Photoshop for $10 a month. I know it's not $10 anymore, but let's pretend it is. $10 a month. But you're like, okay, let's say I'm a video editor and I need Premiere. Well, Premiere is not going to be $10 a month, even if I just want to get that single one. Premiere is going to be $40 a month. And it's like, why? Why? Why is it like that? Why? And now let's say you need Photoshop to edit thumbnails and visuals, and then Premiere to edit videos. At that point, it's almost a better deal to get the slightly more expensive freaking suite, the whole freaking suite. But it's like, and then they keep raising the prices and raising the prices. And then if you decide to cancel your subscription at some point because you're like, I can't afford it anymore, they can offer you deals, like they can lower the price. So it's like, why are you making it so, like it's so greedy and gross? I hate it so much. Hey, doodles and noodles, hello. Hello, hello. Did you... I did not. I agree the packages are rigged to get you to pay more, but they have fleets of hundreds of engineers who are working on building new features that uses AI. No! Bad Photoshop. Bad! Bad Adobe. Don't! Oh my gosh, don't you know that artists are using your freaking software? And you bundle it with AI, like... Sorry. Hey Nessa, hello! I work for a company that makes marketing materials of various kinds using AI. The reason AI exists is because smaller companies don't want the expense and hassle of buying and using these programs. Well, I mean, the thing is it's like wanting the cake and the money from the cake at the same time. Like, anyway, it's a big thing. There is a place for tools that use like automation and AI, but generative AI is a blight and has no right to be a thing. Guys, Affinity Photo and Designs are free now. Are they? I had to buy it. I had to buy the Affinity Suite. It is quite serviceable, but there's still some... it's really weird because when you've spent like 20 years of your life working with Photoshop, and then you open Affinity Photo, you can do almost the same stuff, but the little difference is so striking. It is so weird because you are stuck like looking for features that are so natural to you that it's just alien to figure out a different work pipeline. And sometimes it's really basic stuff, but it's still very like trippy. I took a sip of my drink and did a mini choke. Oh, in your ears, no! For the record, I am not defending Adobe. Their software is nobody's idea of a good experience. Oh, sorry. Nobody's idea of a good experience. It is. It is. It is. That's the thing with Photoshop, though. And I mostly know Photoshop, but Adobe, like Photoshop, there's so much power there. But throughout the decades, they've kept on doing weird things with it in a way. Like, it took them forever to find a way to rotate the canvas, which is a feature that a lot of people were asking for. And for so long, they kind of fought this idea that a bajillion illustrators were using Photoshop for drawing. And they kept like not implementing features that would make it so much more friendly for illustrators. And they kept adding stuff for like photography. And it's like, but you can't really draw. Like your Illustrator software is not necessarily meant to work well for people who illustrate in a more traditional kind of way, usually, where they can find brushes that reproduce some effects and all that. Like, it's not vector based, which is why it works. And no, I don't like AI, but I also want to feed my family. Yeah, it's gross that they've put people in this situation. And it's gonna burst at some point, and it's just gonna be worse. Like, it's not sustainable. Sorry. I figured something like that happened. That was such a relatable. It's a learning curve, but I just Googled the difference between. I edit with Final Cut Pro, and Like I'm used to it, but there's still stuff that I find annoying in it, and I don't really have much of an alternative. And yeah, but it's one of the very last ones that you can buy, like as a thing, as a expensive software, but it's yours now. You have a license for it, and it's not yet subscription based. The one software I was using for editing before I really liked, but they were bought up by a different company and they completely overhauled the whole thing and it became really crappy. I've never liked Illustrator, for instance. I was a die-hard CorelDRAW fan in my Windows days, but there was no real alternative for years. I like Affinity Designer, but I'm definitely a hobbyist. If you are on Windows, you have quite a few options for drawing that are quite nice. One of them that I really miss, and I can't use it anymore because I'm not on Windows anymore, but it's Paint Tool Sai. Super lightweight, straight to the point. It's a bit difficult to figure out brushes, but there's a lot of tutorials on that. And you can run it with very limited computer power. And unless you want to do like really extreme stuff, like that would require Photoshop, for drawing, it is really nice. Software that you could buy instead of a subscription was a business model. Yeah. And you know, it would reach a point where they would release a new version of the software, and if people wanted to upgrade, they would pay for an upgrade or they would pay for the new one, and it worked. And is it really a a model that doesn't work anymore, or would it still be fine, but it's not as much of a good earner of money for the companies? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I've been on Mac for a couple of decades now, so it's basically Illustrator or Affinity or Sketch. You have Clip Studio Paint that is quite serviceable. I mean, it's good. It's good. You just have to get used to it, but it's good. Krita is also quite easy to use. I would love to try Procreate, but I don't have a tablet, and they don't have it for a desktop yet. Subscription took over Sapphire because they're way more. Okay. I mean, I didn't know. I don't know. Like, is it? It's gotta be part of it because that's always part of it. But the person that was there before, Nessa, and you say your job uses AI a lot. How? Just curiosity. How was it before it became so accessible? Like a couple of years ago. I hate how non-artists always have something clever to say when I mention Procreate. What is there to say about Procreate? What? Oh no, not a easy to use and efficient drawing software. What? Eh? Oh, because of the name of it. Dude, that went over my head so far up. Wow! Totally missed the mark, like a bajillion %. I was originally a textile designer, but oh no! I landed in the AI company after that as I couldn't do. Oh, I mean, that sucks. That's really sucky. So the place you work at always has used AI in some way, I guess. I'm having this earnest moment talking about art and they have to slide in with a comment. Totally interrupting. It's over. Yeah, I mean, bajillion% over my head. Like, so over my head. Sandwich guy started the company solely for AI created market materials. Huh. It's only 3 years old. I mean, I really hope that, like, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Of course not. But man, it's not easy. I was imagining some stuck-up non-artists. Yeah, I was kind of thinking in the same line of like someone saying, "Oh, I use Procreate for drawing," and someone being like, "Oh, that's not even real. Like, you can't even have the texture of a real oil paint in there." Blah 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 blah, and it completely didn't pick up on the name of it. She just needs 7 more years work, then I can retire. I mean, I hope for you that it can happen. Seriously. But yeah, it's not an easy situation to find yourself into either. I'm not a big fan of the precarious nature of everything related to AI in general, you know. Whether it's like writers or artists losing their work because a generative AI tool is used instead, or just the fact that it's still brand new. And I mean, if you are part of the people who saw the .com bubble thing, it still goes over my head even though it's happened. I mean, yeah, I mean, it just, I will see the name of, I will see Procreate and I will sort of never go to what the word means until someone is like, "Hey, look, look at that, point. Like, oh, yeah, but you gotta pay the bills." Yeah, exactly. It's tricky. You know, I had a friend who was working in fracking, and I think there are some similarities in the very general idea that it's a bit of a not controversial, but it's complex, you know. Like, I really hate that the current system we all live in makes for a situation where people really have to, you know, make decisions that they might not be very happy to be, you know, in there having to make that decision. Between a rock and a hard place a little bit. But yeah. It's really easy with these colors. I don't know why I struggle so much. Perhaps because the paint is... Perhaps it's going to be easier when the paint is dry in the pan. But I kind of go either too yellow or too blue, or I mix the exact same green. And I'm trying to make variations, but it's just not working out. Just pointing out really that AI isn't just demonistic. My company employs 20 people. I mean, it's not one thing or the other. Like, it's a bit of everything. There's a side to the AI, the big AI quote unquote thing that is definitely problematic, but there's a side to it that's positive. And it's just, I think it's going to be about seeing if we're able to just focus on the more positive element of it and less on the really bad side of it, you know. People also work on, yeah, I mean, it's the same kind of thing, really. Or like, you know, the atom bomb. With regards to AI, we are at one extreme of the pendulum swing, and then there will be a backlash, and where it settles will be somewhere in the middle. Still, I get it. I don't like AI myself. There's so many good things we could do with it, but we don't tend to focus on those things because oftentimes they earn you less money than the, you know, the other stuff. Like, I'm not particularly psyched about seeing my quote-unquote field disappear because of AI, you know. I also think that expecting someone to have a job that is a morally squeaky clean or based solely on... Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that guns... I mean... You don't really build that not expecting it to end something. Could be hunting, could be something else, but there's not a lot of usage for that specific tool, right? Like, it kind of has a single purpose, sadly. But using it as a tool to help people learn faster and automate tedious stuff. Yeah, that's what we should focus on, I think. But it is difficult because there's no incentive to make the worker's life easier. If you cut them a bit of slack, that oftentimes only means that now they can earn you more money by working more. That little slack that you kind of give them, we're going to fill it with something else instead of letting the people use it for their own betterment, you know. People don't learn faster if they're using AI. No, I don't think it's necessarily learning that would be the area where it shines. I think as a supporting tool, it would probably be really, really great. I see that every day with my students. Unless it's strictly for research, I don't want to hear it. And also the tech industry have a big issue with ethics. Oh, everything has a big issue with ethics. It's no one's focus. I have 30... Oh, ouch. Sure, who else would... I mean, we don't know, right? But yeah, it puts you in a really difficult situation. Also pretending that they were not using... Yeah. That's the skeevy part. That's the bad part of it. But it could be good. That's the thing, right? It could be something actually good. Like, it could be a tool that helps Nessa work. Like, instead of, like, someone, let's say, with limited vision could probably benefit from an AI that would describe or read things to them, right? That's a tool. That's awesome. But to have it be the creator of things, that's where it's just tricky. It's okay, I will go. Oh, don't worry about it, Nessa. We have a safe word. If a topic is a bit too hard, we can just switch to something else. Like, we can talk about food and paint again. The point is not to talk about very serious stuff during the streams. We're all impacted by AI, of course, one way or another, but we don't have to talk about it necessarily. Soft lumpy. Oh man, that would be such a sight. Can you imagine a soft elephant? Yeah. I mean, we can. I mean, it's almost time for me to end anyway. It's quite late, but we can take a few minutes to talk about something a bit more fun before going. Is there yeah. Is there anything you guys are looking forward to doing for the holiday season? Whether you celebrate or not, but is there like something special that you feel you're gonna do? For me, it's gonna be cooking a few items that we don't cook the rest of the year. So it's usually the gingerbread cookies and pies. I agree with you, Doodles, but also like it didn't completely disappear it, but it had an impact, and you can bet that a lot of portrait artists probably had to find something else to do with their time. I think some people need to separate their feelings on AI from Nessa, who is a real person just trying to live. Yep. Well, wouldn't a baby elephant be... You're making chutney because of the discussion from earlier. Oh, I can see your message, Sassy. Oh yeah, cheese board. Do you only put cheese on your cheese board? Oh man. I was not a big cheese board person because I used to not really like soft cheeses, but I would totally go for a hard cheese board back then when I could still eat cheese. I kind of miss it. You don't really have anything food-wise that is exactly like cheese. Cheese, chutney, and crackers. Oh, that... I can sort of see that. Oh, it's a Thanksgiving staple in my family. We do it instead of cranberry sauce. Yeah, it's basically just cranberry jam, mostly. Do you guys, American Thanksgiving people, do you do the sweet potatoes with the cinnamon and stuff? I just like to hold a board of cheese in my hand and eat it like I'm a giant squirrel. Oh my gosh, I struggle so... I can't do like the in-between here. Why? Why is it so hard? I'm struggling so much. I just want to see the in-between color. Come on. Oh, getting there. Progress. Oh my gosh, like a fab... Oh, dude. You're not gonna appreciate the last part of digesting that. It's not gonna be fun. Cheese, beef stick sliced, and crackers. It's like having salami slices, I guess. It's the only way to eat. But is it the dessert? Is like you eat the turkey and then you eat the sweet potatoes with cinnamon? I'm totally into purple sweet potatoes right now, but I think someone in my family might have a meltdown if the potatoes were purple. I can get Japanese sweet potatoes from the grocery place, and oh man, they're so good. But they're the only potatoes I've seen that brown when you cut them. And I need to Google that and figure out what that's about. Just remember that when I was a kid and teen, I really went into the fridge at people's house and would just start eating slices of cheese. We don't do Thanksgiving, but for Christmas I will go to family dinners and make a dessert, which I should be planning it now. Oh my gosh, you have to plan it for like a month in advance. What's in it? What's in it? Except for ube in dessert. I mean, we make a sweet with boiled potatoes here, but and we make donuts with potato too, but it's kind of intended to be a dessert. Like, it's eating the sweet potato with cinnamon along with the rest of the meal that kind of breaks my brain a little. Purple sweet potatoes are different enough from orange ones that I feel you could like one and not the other. Fair, yeah. A chocolate tiramisu. Man, tiramisu. You need the mascarpone and the right cookies and the espresso. Oh man, I miss it. It was so good. One time in Arizona high school, I stuck some wrapped singles in my pocket from whoever's house, and we all went to the park. And later someone was like, "Are you with?" Oh man, I hope for you you never get like lactose intolerant or something. Though mind you, we have lactose-free cheese, but still. You're dreading Xmas this year. Oh no. I make homemade cranberry sauce. Have the sugar. And ooh, that sounds delicious. At my house, the sweet potatoes happen with the main meal. Dessert is pumpkin pie plus 1 or 2 other pies. See, I mean, pumpkin pie is fine, but like in a vacuum, isn't it kind of weird that you have the pumpkin pie as a dessert and then the sweet potato with cinnamon as a main meal? I have no idea why my brain just thought that. I've put in... Oh, what are you getting, Otto? Oh, boiled potatoes and maple syrup. Ooh, lovely. No, we have potato donuts. We have... It's a peanut butter kind of treat, but basically you take a piece... And if that doesn't exist, I'm calling dibs on that recipe. I'm pretty sure it exists, but you can call dibs on it. It's probably delicious. We have... The name is something else, but Paulo, we have a dessert that is called des grands-pères dans le sirop, which is basically granddads in syrups. And I don't know why that's the name of it, but you basically prepare a dough of some sort, and you make little dumplings, like little balls of it, and you boil them in maple syrup. And that's it. I think about things in advance because I have a terrible case of being unable to make a choice. Oh, yeah. Have a good night, Auntie Patience. Thank you so much for being here. Yep. Curious, that was tater tots in Napoleon Dynamite's pocket. Seafood for Christmas. I read that as Christmas Eve, but... Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's the thing. Then I'll make a lemon and garlic roast chicken for Christmas Day. Yule log cake, that sort of stuff. Ooh. Oh man, I love making a good Yule log cake. Yeah, granddad's in syrup. So, not the most, like, inspiring name. It seems so normal to go to in anyone's fridge looking for cheese. Oh, and I can't forget the KFC on Christmas Eve. So how do you get this going on Christmas Eve? Is one of the thing for lunch and one for dinner? How do you split it up? I'm particularly looking forward to the gingerbread cookies because we decorate them with icing sugar and water and food coloring, and it's just they're awful every single time, and that's the best part of it. But yeah, sorry, so the potato peanut butter kind of treat that we make is you take a piece of boiled potato, no skin, like the most leftover kind of thing, and you mash it up with icing sugar, and you keep mashing it up until it forms a dough, which is counterintuitive because the more icing sugar you add in there, the more liquid it gets, which is panic inducing. But you have to keep adding more and more sugar in there until it's a dough. And then when you get to that point, you try to roll it out flat. You put a layer of peanut butter in there, and then you roll it back up. And so you end up with kind of this what's the word? You know, the spiral? The potato pirate! Yeah, we summoned you. But yeah, so you have this spiral that's peanut butter and basically just sugar. Like the potato is a pretext in here. It doesn't taste like potatoes. But yeah. Potato! Can't talk potatoes without... I guess so. Well, I'm gonna end it soon because I'm gonna need a bit of a break. Again, I don't think Nessa is still around, but really sorry if the topic got a bit too polarizing. That was not the intent. And really sorry it came across like mean or something. I don't think anyone meant to do that. And for everyone else, she's just talking about boiling you and coating you in peanut butter. And then spinning you back on and then cutting slices. Sounds like it would taste a lot like a Reese's cup filling. It's a bit like a Reese's cup fillings with extra diabetes. Because dude, the dough that is basically just like icing, sugar, and an excuse of a piece of a potato. Like it would taste a lot like maybe filling. I don't know, man. YouTube is. It's been done to me. It's okay. But yeah, I will be probably streaming next weekend, and then the members only stream during the week, and tech willing videos this week. And like I'm gonna try perhaps to have something for Christmas, like anyway, I have ideas. Hopefully I can make them happen there. And yep, I think that's it. Someone type filling. You guys remember, like, something like, what, 2 months ago? There was no censoring, ever. Like, nothing. And now it censors everything. Your pencils... Oh, thank you so much, Paulo! I'm glad. I really like those pencils, to be honest. I was surprised. But yeah. No censor. Wait, it's not over? What's not over? Sounds like it would taste a lot like a Reese's cup. Sorry. Okay, I think we need to end this. I think, yeah. I think YouTube needs a break. I need a break. Maybe we all need a break. And a snack. And a glass of water. And, I don't know, to go pet a pet. So, thank you so much, guys, for being here today. I really appreciate it. We're gonna have to find something new to do last week because we finished the Aquafine swatches. But yeah. Thank you. Thanks all for fun. Yeah, I hope Nissa will come back. We're sorry, Nissa. Okay. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend and see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Oh man. I mean, it's dark outside now. What? No. I don't agree with this.